Well, hello, my friends and subscribers. Welcome to my crafting space. I am so excited to have this space set up again, and I'm going to start doing a weekly craft for you. If you've been following me on Curating Life and Kathy's Curations, and seen that I have been picking up a lot of free things off the side of the road. So I've decided for this week that we're going to paint touch up these items. And this little guy, remember, he just has a little chipped beak. Now I did go ahead and sand it, so it's ready for me to do some mixology with some acrylic paints. And then the same with this guy. He's in excellent condition. They've both been washed really well. They had a lot of pine needles and a lot of, gunky. So I cleaned them and they look really good. They just have some spots that need some black touch down. So I popped into the Wally World last night and just picked up just a basic one. This was like $3 for the primary colors, plus honestly, there's a lot of them. So I should be able to do the colors that I want to. And then I also picked up just a variety pack. I do have some chip brushes and some different kinds, but I figured for this, I wanted a variety of sizes to get into some nooks and crannies. And the last thing is actually sitting over here in front of my fan, which feels lovely because we're finally back to summer after having a week of just downpour here in Western Washington. This is the only one that I actually did pay for, and I think I paid $1 or $2. It's a cute little bird, but I just want a dark undertone color. And then I'm gonna go ahead, let's put him back in the air. And I'm gonna use Sweet Pickins Milk Paint, and this is a flour sack, yes? Yeah, it's hot outside. I love it. I'm a summer girl. And when I start doing my crafts, which next week we're going to really start getting into it for fall, and then also the upcoming holiday seasons, Thanksgiving, Christmas. We may sneak a little Halloween in there, but I will tell you, I'm not a real Halloween gal. So I'm more fall. So we'll do some pumpkins. I want to do some things with some cloth and some metals and some wood, a lot of things that have been were left here when I moved that are still here, and I'm so glad they are because we're gonna have some fun. So the first thing I did was mixed up my little palette, took my little acrylic paints here, which I'll put in the frame, maybe, my little acrylic paints, and I mixed up orange and brown, trying to get a color, as you can see, and I'd already sanded it so it doesn't look too bad. I wanted to put it on there and let it dry. And then I want to add, because it's very dark, so I want to add a little bit more orange to it. So we're going to pop open my orange again. And find my brush. Did I tell you that it's very hot out today? Got my fan. You know, when you're a gal of a certain age, sometimes you can just suck your brain right out. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and put that on. That's a little orangier. Let's just add a little more orange to it, just to see what we got going on. It's very cute. Go ahead and let that guy dry and see how we're doing. And I started painting him with the black. And I used this cute little funky looking thing. I just kind of started touching it up in places. And in fact, I'm gonna, there's one area where it's kind of got black on one side of his nose, so I'm gonna go ahead and kind of do it on the other and make it kind of look like it's supposed to be that way. since I'm not sure if it is or not. And I fixed their noses were a little scraped. Their eyes were also black. And so I'm like, okay. Kind of blends in, kind of can't see him as cute. So I decided to go ahead and paint them brown. Because, you know, there's brown in the bench and it's in really good condition. I'm not even going to worry about touching up. Maybe down in this area where it's kind of a little bit more white, we might put some brown in there. But for the most part, the base looks really great. And in fact, so do the bears. I mean, honestly, it's only taken me a couple minutes to kind of hit all the little tiny white chip parts. But does that look nice? And then what I'm going to do, when they're dry, I'm going to come back and just hit it with just a little bit. I'm going to make up a creamy color to try and, you know, kind of make it more creamy. Like, get these at the Dollar Tree, you know, the little palettes. They're fun. So we're going to open up white. I think I'm going to do white and maybe a little bit of yellow. So let's find ourselves. Let's see if we got another tiny one in there. Oh yeah, this will be perfect because it's kind of rounded already. And what we're gonna do, get just a little in the eye just to kind of give them some life. Okay, grab a little bit of the yellow. And let's grab some more white. So I think that might work. So we're gonna just get it. So make it teeny tiny, and so we want it to kind of be him looking to her, right? So just a little. Oh, let's get some more on there. Just a little. Just there. Dot there. Oh yeah, that's good. A little bit more on him. Yep. And then she's gonna be looking over at him. And yeah. Okay. That's kind of cute. Very cute. Googly eyed, like, ooh, baby. She loves her bear man. What I'm gonna do when I'm all done with these 2-yard ones is I'm gonna spray them with this Minwax fast drying polyurethane clear satin. I'll give it a couple coats and that'll make it so that everything will be consistent. But what do you think? Their eyes. I think that looks so much better. But now, let's get these out of the way. So the next 2 colors I'm going to be using are right here. And if you know, you know. I mean, you know. On Mr. Sleeping Bear. So he's definitely going to need some touch up with browns. But I'm going to go ahead and keep this guy that bright green, only it's going to be this bright green. And then this guy is kind of a teal, and he's going to become a blue. But for now, we need to go ahead and get working on brown. ready to work on this one. So like I said, we're going to use black, and I'm not going to be real like full coveragey on it. It's got a couple little glue spots, but let's we're just going to kind of get it in there, cover her up carefully over the repair. There we go. A bit of glue. Okay, I know I did spend a lot of time painting on it, you know, after saying I didn't want full coverage, but kind of the more I looked at it, I really do want it to be mostly black, which it is. And I've dried it, so we're just going to let it cool down while we mix up the milk paint. Now I brought out some water. This is probably room temperature now. It was out of the refrigerator, which is where I have filtered water. I'm going to use, or of course, a vintage beautiful that I got for 25 cents, and it's still on there at the Senior Center in Omak. But got my scooper in here. We're not gonna need very much. And the thing with milk paint, as long as you keep it stored dry and it doesn't get wet, it will last like forever. But as soon as you mix it, so, and you just want to do equal parts, so I'm gonna go do 1 scoop, and then I'm gonna take my cup. This is like a vintage light, and it's so great for spotlighting, but it's hot. It's very hot. Okay, and then we're just gonna scoop in, and I'm gonna actually put just a smidge more. Okay, and then we are going to, I'll just use the handle of this. And actually, I should have done this first because you want to stir it up and then set it aside. So that's what we're gonna do. I think that's gonna be more than enough. Use a chippy brush, and it's the perfect size. It's a little quarter, is that what it says? Oh, 1.5 inch little chippy brush. It doesn't matter. This is set for a few minutes and it feels good in a nice thickness. So we're just gonna go ahead and paint her on. It is dripping, and that is why I put down the paper towel. Gonna coat it. Now you can put Extra Bond in this to make it like really seal and not crackle or craze or anything like that, but I'm hoping to get some of that, so I did not add it. And I'm gonna test it out with also doing a little blow drying on it. So we'll just kind of see how it turns out. And the reason I went ahead and decided that I wanted more of the black full coverage is because there's so much detail. So I'm really hoping for some good cracking and exposing of that. If not, then my other option will be, I mean, if it's like solid white and there's like none of the black showing through or hardly any, then I might use some antiquing wax that I pulled out. And I will paint the bottom with the milk paint. Once this is dry, we'll flip it over. Boy, you can tell I am out of practice with my crafting because I'm just kind of like not doing it right. It's like, what am I doing? I don't know. I Should have started upside down and then worked my way, but I did not. Okay. So we do have the little bit of crazing going on, not much in the world of crackling. So we're going to go ahead and do some light sanding. Let's grab me out a very fine, super fine. Try to see. Oh, I can't even see the number on here, but it's very fine. So we're just going to do some light sanding. Let's see what happens if we do just a little bit. I got some water here, so I'm just gonna a little bit on the tail here. See what we get. There we go. In fact, now that I put a little water on it, I'm gonna squirt a little water and then let's hair dry it some more. Let's do that. This particular thing, because it started to chip and do some flaky, I'm going to go ahead and use this because I want to seal it in right away, and brushing on the other sealer might actually flake it off, and I kind of like that look of it on there, like it's starting to flake. So let us get my fan going again. There we go. Back away from me a little. Yeah, perfect. Perfect, perfect. So, really good shake. It was kind of sputtering before. Then I'll let it dry and also spray the bottom. I mean, I don't see this as being an outside thing, but you know. So you got to seal your milk paint or clay-based chalk paint also. So there we go. That's cool. I'll show you the finished product at the end of the video. And the final step on our little outdoor lovelies is some of this polyurethane. And we're just going to give them both a good couple of coats. This guy's got a little bit of a clog. Let's see if we can undo it. Okay. Come on, little dude. Oh, we need to do a little black. A little black down in there. Oh. Well, that's where I'm going to leave you today. I know this was a long, chatty video, but I just wanted to show you some different things that you can do. Again, I got all of these except for that one for free, and that I got for just very minimal money but what you can do to be able to turn things into something